Welcome back, Nerdiverse, to another star-studded episode of Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, where we always have such sights to show you. I'm, of course, Master of the Nerdiverse, Mike G. And back with me, as always, is the man himself, the Jedi Counselor. We call him Wash. What's going on, sir?
What is up? Happy Friday. Happy holiday Friday if you celebrate ham and things of that nature. Um yeah, man, it's another Friday night in the Nerdiverse. It's April showers over here in the Midwest. We got rain, sleet, snow,
Nice.
30.
Beautiful.
Nice cool breeze, but yeah, it's springtime and spring has sprung in the Nerdiverse, I do believe. So, I am excited to be here on a Friday night.
Wash, were you a Easter Sunday house or a Resurrection Sunday house?
Oh, we're an Easter Sunday house.
Got it.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're an
yeah.
Sunday house.
With the
Resurrection
bunch.
Sunday house is, you know,
That's a whole different can of worms.
it's
You
a
know what I'm
whole
saying?
different it's a different world. You
Yeah, we didn't get to hide. We didn't get to hide the eggs, Doug. We just read the Bible quietly
know?
all Sunday after
Yeah,
church. It was
yeah,
rough,
no.
Doug.
We always, made a ham and then watched the Ten Commandments on ABC. I think it was that
Yeah,
it came on. Yeah, that was
yeah.
the thing. So yeah, and then everybody started drinking. So.
See, we weren't a drinking house. It was. I
uh,
never forget. We went to go on Easter Sunday. We went to go see Passion of the Christ. Grandma, the little kids, aunties. Yeah, none of us ate after that Easter Sunday, bro. It was a little
Bro,
too
I'm
real.
telling you, we still have to do the Easter Sunday Passion of the Christ
Oh
podcast.
hell no, man! You crazy, dog. I'm never
I
watching that
told
movie
you
again, dog.
like 3 years ago, man,
Hell
we need
no,
to do
man.
this.
That's
Oh
a
man, that's a
that is
good
a
time.
that's a pool in case of emergency podcast right there. You know how rough that movie is, my dude. Like
Bro,
if you even have a speck of religious fervor in your heart, that shit is. Let's just watch our Lord and Savior be beaten to death for 2 hours
bro,
straight, dog.
yeah, yeah, I'm not into that.
No,
So
not even a little bit, Doug. You know what I'm
I think
saying?
you can buy it at the Rebels Collective's archive, the eBay
Hey,
store, if you
hey,
want to go
buy it
there.
though.
So.
You gotta have it's one of those you don't have to watch it, but you just need a copy of it of your house because the Lord is watching. You know what I'm saying? The Lord sees that you don't have it.
And if the day comes, you may need to put it on. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, that's today. You know
Yeah.
what?
Oh,
Let me throw this in here real quick.
yeah. Just to make sure I'm doubly covered. You know what I'm saying? Because what if the rapture just isn't like that? What if it's what if it's in waves? You know?
Ooh. Not to go down this road. Have
Yeah.
you read the books? It's a series about Revelations. The Tribulation Force. The
No,
Tribulation Force,
man.
written by LB Hayes and someone else. It is like a 9 book series I read, I don't know,
Oof.
probably in my 20s sometime. And it's fantastic. And it starts with like the rapture, and it's about like, some individuals going through the entire thing. Um, Candace, Candace, growing
Candace
pains
Owens?
dude. No, can't growing pains dude. He
Oh
played
yeah, yeah,
in the
yeah.
movie, and they made a part 3 that had Louis Gossett Jr. in it.
I
So
love Louis
it
Gossett Jr., bro.
it's actually
I
a
love him.
really really decent book series. Actually, they do a good job. But
I remember
yeah,
I watched all of the I watched like one of the Left Behind movies and
yeah,
it
Left
didn't realize
Behind.
yeah, and didn't realize it was about that. It's like Halo. Like you played all the Halo games and didn't realize it was about Jesus. What?
He gets to part 3. He's like, oh.
Oh, Halo. Got it.
That's
Got
funny.
it. Oh, geez. Yes, let's go ahead and kick this holiday weekend off right with a nice toasty episode of Masters of the Nerdiverse to go alongside hopefully your holiday ham, holiday turkey if you're kosher, with some sides. What's your favorite soul food side before we get into this episode?
Um, these days, I'm still gonna have to pick macaroni and cheese, but honestly, we could
Yeah.
just skip all of it, and I'll take a slice of cake and just go to
Bro, we
bed.
need to
You know what
work
I
on
mean?
that. You can't just have sweets, but you can't just have cakes and pies and you have to
Yeah,
have
you can,
you
bro.
can,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
but
yeah.
my
Who,
man.
who said you can't?
I'm saying, bruh, get at least,
Listening to the wrong people, bro. The things that make you happy, you should do.
bro. You got to at least throw at least a side of ham with that cake, bro.
What?
Get some protein in, man.
Big slice of cake. You know what I mean? So maybe
You
some
know,
water. You know what I mean? Cold
just
water.
maybe some water, dog. God, working with
but
working with Willy Wonka over here,
but
man.
yeah, mac and cheese. We're gonna go mac and cheese,
That's
bro.
fair. You know what? I can go for a slice of yellow cake right now with some chocolate frosting. I mean, I wouldn't turn it away, bro. Like just off rip. Just
So that's my
yeah.
point. Why
I'm not
have
a dude.
dinner? Just be like, yeah, yellow cake, dinner,
I
cool.
can't.
It's one day,
Okay,
bro.
I
You're on
can't.
this planet for like 30,000 days or something. It's like one day. You're like, ah, cake
I
for dinner.
wish.
Shit.
I
Maybe
wish I
it's
was in
three.
my. I wish I was young again because I used to eat like that. You know, like I haven't eaten all day. I'm just have a piece of key lime pie in a Red Bull, and
Yeah,
that's
bro.
food for the 13th of January. You know, no, I can't do that anymore. I just
Yeah,
my body just automatically rejects it, dog.
that's funny. That's funny. I can't do a pound of bacon anymore, but back in the day, that'd be
Ooh,
like, yeah, I'm just gonna sit
hey,
down and have a pound of bacon for dinner,
bro.
and
I
yeah,
used to
that
do a
can't do
block of
that anymore.
cheese, like a
Oh
block of
yeah,
uncut sharp cheddar, and not no constipation, nothing. Great. Let's go play some basketball. You know what I'm saying? With that on my stomach, dog.
I'm from
Oh,
Wisconsin. That's Saturday. You know what I mean?
you
Like
know what?
that's Saturday.
You know what they
So
say, bro. Youth is wasted on the young, dog. Jesus.
yeah, that's what they say.
Speaking of youth, we have a very youthful episode of Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, episode 158, casually called Casual Space Vacay, which applies to two different topics technically
Yeah.
on this board. Before we get started, if you like this podcast and you're hearing us anywhere, please like the podcast on YouTube, on Spotify. Comment, let us know what you think of the episode, good, bad, and ugly. We need to build upon this empire. And lastly, subscribe so that you're made aware when new content goes live on the channel. Wash of these four topics. Let's go in a row, shall we? The Backrooms official trailer. I kind of threw this on here. Just curious to see what you think about it. Mortal Shell 2 trailer, which I thought was pretty interesting. We have an official trailer for Supergirl, which gives a bit more into the plot. And lastly, something not it's very nerdiverse, but not very nerdiverse because it's real actual life. But the Artemis 2, we were sending people to the moon again out of nowhere, dude. Um, Out of these four topics, as of right now, at the top of the podcast, which one is the most curious for you? Which one you want to talk about the most?
Well, I didn't know it was on the rundown, so and I haven't actually spoken about it at all, but I'm gonna say Artemis too, man. Goes to the
Right?
moon. Goes to the moon. You know what I
We'll
mean?
see, dog.
We'll see. I wish I was on the ship, but I do have a story for later. So yeah, looking forward to talking about that.
Perfect. I'm right there along with you. I saw it and I was like, you know what? Let's mix things up a little bit. This isn't capes and this isn't horror. This is real life. And this is very nerdy. Like, who didn't love, we'll talk about it. But yeah,
Bro,
just mix things up a little bit. You know what
Pi
I'm saying?
Day, let's review Pi. I'm in, bro. I'm
Yeah.
in.
Can you imagine
Oh,
us
we
just
should.
bring pie and just on pie day?
Oh,
We just eat pie and just talk
I meant the
and not,
movie.
oh, I was talking about like actual pie.
The one time I'm not talking about the
Yeah.
sweet food, you're like, ah,
No,
pie. All
no,
right,
I
I'm
just
in.
want, I will
No,
just
I
get
was
a
talking about the movie pie.
whole ass Boston cream pie just to myself, dog. And just
I don't necessarily love pie, man. I'm a
what? You're
cake
more of a cake
guy.
guy. Hey, I'm
Yeah,
more of a pie guy, bro. Let me.
completely
Okay,
off topic, but I gotta say, on the amazing food shows that I watched, there was a contestant on one, and he made his fame to claim. I can't remember his name right now by making like a three-layer cake and then putting a pie at the top of it.
that's fat, and I fully endorse that message.
I saw it and I was like, oh, you're like that. Okay, that's awesome. Never seen it before. So
As
it's like the turducken, only with dessert.
as the kids would say, that is definitely big back technology right there. That's some big back activities that I fully endorse. But speaking of activities, Wash, I have to ask you a very simple, to the point question. How was your week?
My week was great, man. It was another life week, so there wasn't much happening like you know planned. So what I did do, and this is an experiment, and a shout out to my brother Terrence, if he's
Shout
out
outs
there
Terrence,
watching
man.
this. Um, so I don't know if you know anything about this, Mike. You know I love D&D, right?
Yeah.
Have you heard of Heroes Unlimited?
I've heard of Hero Clicks, but not Heroes Unlimited. No.
Heroes Unlimited, and again, shout out to my brother who's a tad bit older than me, is a D&D based RPG, but it is based upon superheroes. And it was originally made in 1984 by Palladium Games, I do believe. And in the 1990s, it was real popular as a tabletop game. But
Okay.
anyway, my point to this whole story is I was a little tyke, and my brother had his crew, and he would take me along to his sessions, right? And
Hmm.
one day they let the little tyke have a piece
Have a
of
go at
paper
it.
and some
Yeah.
dice and build a character. And this is one of the best D&D experiences I games I played, not only because I was a little tyke, but it's not D&D. It's
Yeah.
essentially DC Marvel. You're a superhero playing in that world. So
Okay.
cyber crime, bank robbers, teleportation, phasing, and that's what you're rolling versus, daggers, weapons. You would super dig it.
Cantrips, Doug, you know?
Yeah, right. So, I recently texted my brother and I'm like, "What the heck was the name of this D&D game?" And he told
Yeah,
me, and I
back in
was
the
like,
day.
"Oh, back in the day." And I was like, "You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run a little experiment for the podcast because Mike might be interested in this."
Let's do it.
And so I dialed up the old GPT machine and I said, "Hey, I want to play Heroes Unlimited single player. I want
Mm,
you to roll up the rule base of that, and I want to play." So I pulled up a random die roller on Google. You can pick no matter how many numbers you need, a eight, six, whatever. Just pick what
yeah.
you need, and I begin to play. And so we create a world. I randomly rolled up a character. I rolled up a weak character with 10 freaking hit points, so I can't freaking get near anything. But
Nice.
the AI supports me, so it rolled up two characters with me, and so I'm going on this adventure through GPT playing D&D in this solo campaign, and it's completely freaking awesome. And here's the best part about it, folks. You pick it up and play when you can. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's just a thread. You leave it for a week. Hey, what was I doing? So when you're moving down a hallway per se, like I did, I had to stop for a few days. And then I came back and it's like, where was I? And it's like, okay, it brought me up to the story. And then it's like, it's your initiative. Do you want to look around the corner? You want to look around the room? You would keyed up your phase power. What's your action? And you can just talk to it and do something completely random or do an action because it's freaking AI and it's amazing. So,
Hmm.
what blew my mind even more as I started to think about it is, Mike, you could play 7 characters if you wanted to, bro.
Mm,
You yourself could just run an entire team of, you know, superheroes through this on your own schedule and timeline. And it's super dope and it's super fun. So, I'm going to open for questions, but my point is that if you have a favorite thing out there, like a Dungeons and Dragons, that's or you like playing cards, like
mhm.
and it's kind of inaccessible to you as a single player because it's a two, three, four, 5 player experience.
Yeah.
GPT can provide that environment for you and those random NPCs.
I
No
have
questions.
yeah. If you wanted to, and this may be blasphemy for all the D&D heads out there, could you run this with, let's say, two, three people, three, four people, and let ChatGPT be the game master?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah,
Yes, that's
right. That's what it sounds
exactly
like,
what
right?
I'm doing. That's exactly what I'm doing. Absolutely 155%. But to your point, what if you don't have three, four people?
It could
You
just be
know what I
you.
mean?
Yeah, it could
It'd
just be
just be
you.
you being three, four people. You could run them all individually, or you could have a team. You could be like, I want a team of 18. You could turn this thing into freaking what is it, Destiny Warriors, and you're like, I want to run a foundation of like 3,000 people, and we will take on other battles, and it'll guide you through. So, GPT can be a bit intimidating, but
Hmm.
there are creative uses to it. And this is just one, man. I am having such a blast being able to play this game again. It's been so damn long. No one knows what it is anymore. Hell, I looked it up and I didn't find like an Instagram page or anything. And I'm like, damn, like,
I've
all right.
been wanting a first off, shout outs Tony. Tony's in the chat today. What's going on, Tone? Thank you for chilling with us on this Friday evening. Um, I've been aching, and we haven't done it in a very long time, of bringing back a D&D campaign to Masters of the Nerdiverse. It's been very long time. Shout outs King of Games, wherever you are. That was the homie. He was our he was our dungeon master. We had about 5, 6 people. You've heard it. It was a blast. Um, I would love to do something like that again. If we, it could just be us two running it and letting Chat GPT be the games master and just really go nuts about it. Is that possible
Yeah,
to
easily.
do on a weekend to stream even?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to, yeah, absolutely, 100% without a doubt, man, without a
That's
doubt.
curious.
And if you
Yeah.
want to run like three characters, I wanted three, and you can make it whatever you want. So it's like, well, we want to do something more Marvel based, DC based,
Yeah.
Dark
Dark
Horse
Horse.
based. You know what? Build me a world about the Nerdiverse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And do it that way, or like what's the PlayStation game, Disney game I'm thinking of? Kingdom Hearts. That's
Kingdom
just kind of
Hearts.
open ended.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty, one of the beauties of like AI and the uses. So that's something that I did this week. It's something I've been playing with actively. I've probably spent 3, 4 hours doing it. If you were a fan of Choose Your Own Adventures books,
Yeah.
like this is next level experience. And the only reason I had the idea is because of that game, Heroes Unlimited. You know me. I listen to D&D books. I talk about D&D. I'm like, I want to play D&D. I never had the idea to
To
just
be
tell
D&D.
to tell GPT to roll up advanced D&D 2 rules and let's run a
Yeah.
campaign. Let's run a set.
That's
You got to be able to read.
interesting. Like less problematic utilization of artificial intelligence,
Yeah,
right? Nothing too like nothing too aggressive. Like you can literally do anything with it.
you can't get mad at me for not having friends and being like, I can play at a table with people for 6 hours. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you can't
1,000%.
blame me for that. And it's
Yeah.
like, I want to play video games, but you can't always sit in the TV with the controller in your hand. And it's
Yeah.
like, you can't always do that on your phone. So I
Trust
found the
me.
next best thing.
People been playing games long before there was a controller. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
So this is just another logical step in a different direction of enjoying your content. You know what I mean? And I think it's super fascinating that GPT can just kind of facilitate that with a fairly light lift. You know what I mean? And it's something you can go back to because the problems always had with using prompts and things like that is that it never remembers what I'm talking about. If I go to Gemini or I use, let's say, Chat GPT, DeepSeek, it always forgets. And I'm kind of like, oh, I got to start over.
No, you don't. But you need to give your boy like 10 minutes and like
Yeah.
let you in on how it works. But every time I'm like, yeah, and you're like, nah, just like everybody else. Nah, it's fine. And it's like, look, I get it, but I don't have that problem because I know how it
Well,
works. I
you've
know
taken the
how it's
time to
working.
dive into it and
Well, I've been doing
you're
it for
learning the in
three,
and
four
outs.
years. Like,
Yeah.
is it when GPT came out? Like that week. I was like, "What the? I have AI. It's the Jetsons. We're here."
Yeah, we're here.
I
The
said
Rosetta
the only
Stone, right? Yeah.
I
You
said
know,
the only thing left that I really need is like the Star Trek thing where I can just
that just
order any
makes
food I
lunch.
want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
And it's
put
like I
it.
want a slice of cake now, and it just then I'm like, all right, cake.
No,
w-
once we get the
I can tap
holodeck,
out.
I'm tapping out.
That's what GPT is essentially. That's
The
what
holodeck.
GPT is. That's what it is. You
You
can what
know,
world do you want to build? You want to be in the Wild West? You can be in the Wild West. It's a matter of what do you want to do? Do you know?
no,
What type of experience are you looking for?
I think once we marry that with the Sora AI art generation, and it can just do it, that's when things get spooky. You know what
With
I'm saying?
VR, yeah.
With VR headset on, that's when people are going to start no life in this stuff. You know what I'm
And
saying?
I'm sure people out there have that rig set up, but there's not a one fit all. But you could do that. I mean, I could dude, it's like everything you just said, just tell GPT that's what you want and then stick it in the coding machine and then play it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? There is a technical level, but even tell GPT, yeah, do that. And in fact, you can go to Perplexity and it will actually just do it for you. And you
that's
can
kind
be
of
like,
crazy.
oh, all right,
Yeah,
I didn't know how to do that. And it's like, yeah, just give me the instructions and tell me what you want to do and I'll do it. It's not for
that's right.
free, folks. Not
Not
for
for free.
free.
For well, if you want next level tech, you got to spend a little bit of the moolah, a little bit of the payola. You know.
Worth it though, worth it. I mean, I'm on the $20 plan with Perplexity. Um, I get a ton of usage out of it, but it's not enough for my needs. The next level is $200 a month, and it's like, no,
Yeah, man.
I
Can't
can't
do that.
play, I
Can't
can't
play with
play,
that. Not yet.
I can't
Not
play.
yet. Not yet. You know. Uh,
S-
yeah.
Last thing I did, and other point I want to make. I don't know if we're going to talk about Star Wars or not, but I'm going to talk about Star Wars right now.
Talk
Something
about
that
it.
so I was obsessed with Star Wars and like the prequel areas, prequel era, and I've
Hmm.
told you I've had a harder time like transitioning over to the original era because it's a
Yeah.
different
OT.
era. There's different stuff, right? But I'm
Yeah.
starting to get there now through Legends, and I have to tell you why. Did you know Leia and Bail Organa are not really liked people?
Yeah. I heard that. I heard they were even in four, A New Hope. She's kind of seen as a upstart, like a fire starter. That she's not. They're not really like in that community. They're not really accepted. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of like ups.
It's
They're kind of with the whole what's her name? Um Mon Moth
Man,
Moth
Man, Mothma,
yeah, they're kind of with
Mothma,
hers Mon Moth, but she's kind of like a rebel in a
the
sense.
rebels.
So they were considered kind of like political rebels. So they weren't really they were kind of frowned upon from my understanding.
That is correct. And what I guess I did not know, to the degree of what you just said, but also when Alderaan blew up, there is a huge portion of Alderanian people that weren't on Alderaan.
Yeah, it's kind of
You know
like
what I mean?
it's like the
Right.
Kryptonians, right? When Krypton blew up, there were some Kryptonians off planet over there. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And so there's these old Iranians that are like, yeah, this is your fault. We were
Hmm.
a completely peaceful people, and Bale and his wife and you decided to go against the Empire, and you got our planet
Got our
destroyed.
planet destroyed. Yeah.
And Leia just got kidnapped by some Alderanians that are not very happy people. And it has me like hooked in to this time period because all this time you think of Leia as Princess Leia, but it's like, no, Princess Leia was not liked everywhere she went. And then when
Hmm.
you take into account they find out she's Vader's daughter, it does get worse like
Further. Yeah.
afterwards. Yeah, further. But
Yeah.
just this whole coming off the prequels and thinking about Bale, it's not something I ever considered before, and it is a real thing. So.
Some of my favorite Star Wars stuff is the sticky glue in between the big stuff, the stuff you find in the comics, the stuff you find in like your Lord of the books. And that is all the sticky kind of connective tissue of these giant events, you know? So when you learn these little things about your favorite character, like what Luke actually had to go through to get that green kyber crystal, you know what I mean? It's like that's super cool. And it's just stuff that they don't, unless you know or care to know, you're never gonna know. You know what I'm saying?
And how Luke is literally written as a farm boy as compared to Anakin, who was a slave
A
and
slave.
pretty
Yeah.
much taken from his home and his mom. And like Luke Luke's characters in a few books was irritating me because he's just so farm boyish. But finally
Yeah.
it started clicking because I started getting back to moments after the Death Star was destroyed, like a week after the Death Star was destroyed. And it's like, oh, yeah, not all is well, even though the Death Star is destroyed. Which also got me asking a question I don't know the answer to. What's the time period between episode 4 and episode 6? Do you know?
It's years because I know
Think
Han was missing for a very long time
a long
from
time.
Star
Is it
Wars
a decade?
Outlaws. It's not. I don't think it's a decade
Okay.
because how long was? Well, it's these little things, right? How long was Luke training with Yoda? Do we
They
know?
built a second Death Star.
How
You
long
are
does that
almost,
take?
you know what I mean? It
It will
takes
take
a minute when you
years.
think about like
Yeah,
Rogue One and
logistically. Yeah, how long does it take to build a Death Star from scratch? With you have to get all those resources again. They talked about it in Clerks, all the contractors who blew up on the Death Star. You know, the lives, the
yeah.
lives who didn't deserve to be caught in this middle of this destructive conflict, as Vader would say. You bring up a thing that is one of my favorite non moments in Star Wars, is where Vader finds out that who that pilot was that shot him down in A New Hope. It's Boba Fett that
Oh.
it's Boba Fett that provides that information, and he learns for the first time that his kid that he has children, and B, they're still alive. It's one of the best Vader moments of all time. He has to, and he's like, "What did you say the guy's name was?" Because nobody, like, unless you're in the know, in the Empire, nobody knows that Anakin Skywalker and Darth Vader are the same person. So it's not widely known.
Right.
So Boba Fett walks in and says, "Oh, it's this upstart kid. We don't really know. He just kind of showed up on the scene named Luke Skywalker." And Vader's like, "Luke, what?" And Boba Fett's like, "Yeah, just some kid named Skywalker." And Vader just asks him to politely leave, and then he just crushes the structural integrity of his room because he's so pissed that no one told him he had children. You know what I mean?
Obi-Wan. Yeah. I think
Obi-Wan,
that was his next
yeah,
words. I think his next words
yeah.
were
Mother
Obi-Wan and he
effing
was yeah.
Obi-Wan.
like
This
dude.
bastard, dog. If I didn't
Yeah,
hate him enough already, you know what I'm saying?
bro.
So it's
It's
just
epic.
those little sticky moments that they'll never talk about on screen that are just make Star Wars so much of a brighter universe because it just
Yeah.
ties it all together, you know?
Yeah.
I'll take that over a multiverse any day. Don't give me multiversal stuff. Just fill in the gaps. What happened? I want to see what Lando, Chewie, and Leia were doing all those years looking for
Yeah.
Han. I mean, Star Wars Outlaws touches on that a little bit because it's pretty much during that era. All of Outlaws takes place during the "we gotta find Han" era. Because he's chilling at, nobody knows, but he's chilling at, on Tatooine. He's back on Tatooine. So it's just like those little connective tissues is what makes it great.
I agree 100%. Very well said. Mike, how was your week, my friend?
I know I'm going to talk about one thing because TV content wise, nothing was. I watched some basketball. Been watching Reacher. I'm started Reacher over. I love that series so much. Yeah, the
They can't find that dude a role. He's
he's money.
Batman.
He
He's
is
like
money. I
who
just
else
don't
did they
know.
just say they can't find
I
him
don't.
the role that
I
is going to like
love
make him.
make him
It's weird.
crazy, right? I
Yeah.
love fan casting. I love
Yeah.
it. It's part of being a nerd, you know. But I think I don't know who to cast him as, bro. He's too awkward. He's a big,
Big dude.
stocky, crazy. He looks like a superhero, but he looks too much like a superhero.
But he's real.
He's a real life human.
Like,
There's
yes.
a hilarious picture of
Yes.
him at the Oscars, and he's standing next to some interviewer like this, and the guy literally looks like Bane, dog. He's like 6'3", easy
Like, yeah,
280,
dude.
dog, raw muscle. That guy is insane, and he can act. It's like get this guy in somewhere, and I'm like, Marvel. Okay, if DC won't have him, who can he be? People are saying Eddie Brock. He make a good Venom.
That's yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Colossus, but I wouldn't want him as Colossus. I wanted something with a bit more meat on the bone. But yeah, he is so epic. And it's like, if he was Batman at the age he is now, older Batman, I wouldn't kick it out of bed for crackers, dude. But do I want okay, and this is a whole
But
rant.
he's like,
Yeah,
humanize.
I don't like when Batman is big and hulking, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't think when I draw Batman in my head, he's more not skinny, but he's not slender. He's not big. He's not like the Dark Knight Returns, where he's just a brick shithouse, right? Batman has to be quick and hide and be stealthy but no, you're not sneaking around anywhere if you're 6'7",
No, no,
six
bro.
seven, and like 7,000 pounds, like absolute Batman. No, Batman should be formidable. But anyway, I'm off on a tangent. But yeah, watching a ton of Reacher. Show is so good. He needs to be something. You're absolutely right. Get this guy to do something. Even in DC, Marvel, I don't give a damn. Just get this man some money because he only has so many years left to look
Yeah.
like that. Because he's gonna get that Hugh Jackman treatment where it's like, nah, I know you're a grandpa and you're watching your grandkids play, but we need you to eat this, dry chicken breast and
Dude,
dehydrate yourself so you look shredded. It's like, I don't want to do this forever,
what
dog.
is the story real where Hugh Jackman's like, I'm playing Wolverine the rest of my life?
Yeah,
He just said
yeah,
the hell with it, and
yeah. He
it's
just said,
just
you
like,
know what?
so on,
I
whatever.
had 2-3 good years of freedom, and now they pull me back in, and now apparently I'm going to be playing Wolverine till I die, which
Poor
is sad.
bastard.
It's a that I'm a firm believer in letting Grandpa go lay down. You know what I'm saying? Let Harrison Ford not be Indiana. But what did I do this week? Don't be mad at me, okay? I feel like I'm in a and not to I don't even want to say it because it's kind of triggering. I feel like I'm in a toxic relationship with Crimson Desert. I'm in a
I was
toxic
gonna ask.
relationship
I was gonna
with
ask.
because it's just been Crimson Desert. It's just been Crimson Desert for the last 5 days. This is the best worst game of all time,
Damn.
if that makes sense. Uh, it is so addicting. It's so immersive. It's so uh expansive without doing anything to earn it. You know what I mean? There,
Mm.
it's God. What was I saying? It is literally it's it's dating someone who's all looks and no substance, but they are so beautiful that you just stick. Okay, I love you. I guess I can't hold a conversation with you, but it's horrible to say. But
Damn.
this game is vapid. I'll say this game is vapid, but it is such crack, dude. It's like you run around. I was going. I'll give you one example. I was running through the forest, feeling like Peter Pan. I'm just floating around, and I come across this little area, and I get blow darted in my neck, right? And these little kid fairies come up and say, "Pick him up. He's close to the castle," and they carry me off and drag me off. And I'm like, "What the hell was that?" So, and they leave me in the middle of nowhere with soup in like a little fireplace. Oh, we just don't kill him. Just make sure that he's not over here. And I'm like, hell no. What is this? There's no prompt for it. There's no like side quest. You just go over there and I do keep doing it over and over. I'm like, no, what's up with this area? Why are these kids assassinating me? Why can't I fight them? Because I'm like, all right, I'm gonna bow and arrow one. I see one of them. I bow and arrow one of them. That bitch just goes through like he's like a specter, bro. And I'm like, what the hell? So I do it like I don't know how this triggers. I did it like 6 times. I'm 15 minutes in to this weird child like Lord of the Flies area that won't let me in. And then one finally just says, "You really should stop doing that. Here's my quest where if you do what I ask you to do, I'll give you access to our cool little fairy folk town
What?
that is invisible to the rest of the world. And I go do out of nowhere, and I go do this weird quest where I have to steal from one of those giant ints from Lord of the Rings. We were just talking about him. You know, the giant tree men. There's a
Oh
giant tree
yeah.
man in this game. You got to go chop it up with him. You know what I'm saying? And go interact with the random tree man. And once you do that, you finally get into like, weird person, like, like mythical island area. You're like, what is this game, Doug? What I've never found this if I just didn't go over here? Probably. What? I'm so mad that it's
I
so
mean,
good.
it's a massive game. It's
It's
a massive
massive.
game.
It is massive. You
Is
trip
it playing
into
better with the
it is.
updates?
They've been updating. That's another thing. They've been updating this game. I'm not sure if you've been kind of eyeing this
That's why I had the
non-stop.
questions.
They've been
Yeah, okay.
non-stop upgrading every single. They I don't. It, like you said, it's almost like they had them ready. It's so weird. It's almost like they had the fixes just already ready to rock and roll. Because how do you do that? And we're getting these flash fixes, and I'm like, I don't care. Fine. It runs better. Bosses are a little bit easier. You know what I'm saying? Movements better, graphics are a little bit better. It's salvageable to where I can play it. So I'm playing this game, and it's just so nitpicky and so brutal and so unforgiving, but also so rewarding. And you can literally do it. Oh yeah, I want to pet that mongoose. Can I pet the mongoose? Of course, you can go pet the mongoose. I want to get the mongoose and give it battle armor. Can I give this little mongoose I just found battle armor? Sure. Now you have a battle mongoose. Can I just leave it at my camp so when things jump off, the battle mongoose can get loose and fight amongst us? Guess what? We're fighting random people. Oh crap, that battle mongoose just killed a guy. This game
What?
is crazy.
Wow.
There's a guy out there who's building Metal Gears in the game. I'm not that far yet. You can build Metal Gears in this fantasy
It's the
setting.
but it's not an MMO.
It's a single player
It's
MMO.
a single.
There is
It's a
there there is no other human interaction.
okay.
It's just you with a trillion things to do.
But are NPC how are NPCs using like AI generative like
I
conversations or
know
like what?
that's part of the worst part of the best game is that the story is almost non-existent. Where I need 4 apples because the bandits took my
Oh
apples.
Christ!
All right, where are the apples? In Skull Dungeon Lane. And you got to go fight dudes in Skull Dungeon Lane to get 4 apples. And one of the apples, if you pick up the wrong apple, you just die and have to start
Yeah.
over. So it may be AI generated, but it doesn't feel like it because it's not that clever. You know,
Okay.
and you play through in the NPCs. Apparently, there's like a Mass Effect other character swap that I haven't even touched yet, where you can just choose a completely different character who has different skill sets. Like
Oh,
there's a lady I can play
I never
as.
heard that.
Yeah, that's just in the game. You can just totally beat the game and not interact with it. It's just there.
I mean,
Apparently,
I'm kind of interested, man. I'm kind of interested,
Wash,
but at the same time, that's a weird freaking game you're talking about,
Wash.
and
I don't know what this is. It's like it's like it's like gumbo, but made like in Japan. It's like Japanese
ah,
gumbo.
you know,
So
that doesn't sound bad.
Korean gumbo, which is probably super fire. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what this. It's not a video game. I don't know what this is. It's almost like a. It
Are
feels like a
you having fun?
yes. I say that reluctantly.
Oh,
Yes.
well,
It kills time. I do things. I feel like I've accomplished nothing, and I stop because my eyes and hands hurt because I'm an old man. How about that? I don't feel like I've made any progress.
how
I
many
don't.
hours are we into this thing?
Uh,
We double
oh,
digits?
I'm scared to check. Let me go into my Xbox app and see if it even tells me. I feel like I'm at least 30 hours in, and I haven't done anything. And
Damn,
that's rookie numbers.
damn,
Motherfuckers are clocking like 500 hours in this game. It's only been out for 2 weeks, bro.
damn.
Like
Damn.
it's like super rookie numbers. Um, I don't know. Does it tell me how many hours I've been in my progress? No, it does not. But I got to stats. I've played for 24 hours, 30 hours. I'm 30 hours in. 30 hours in
30 hours in.
so far. And you know, I play. I can't just no life this thing. You know, I play when I can. But 30 hours already. I put 50 hours into Outlaws. So all of Outlaws.
Damn.
So that should
And
tell you
you haven't,
something.
yeah, that does tell me something because you
I
haven't
haven't
even done
scratched the
anything.
surface. I haven't done
Haven't-
anything. I'm like on chapter 2, 30 hours in. Just stuff. Just stuff. Hey, I think you can become Iron Man. Just Iron Man with propulsor rays and stuff. Doesn't make any damn sense. What are we doing? What is this game? You can cook. Like you like to cook, right? You can just
Yeah.
cook. And
Oh,
this whole cooking like side quest,
sold.
become the god of chefs. That's all
I'm
you need to
sold. Yeah.
go fishing, fish for your food, you know, hunt boar and make
I,
wild boar soup if you want.
I mean, essentially, is it Animal Crossing? Do I have a house? Can I
You
like
have
build?
you have a house,
All
you
right.
have
Yeah.
land,
Animal
you
Crossing. Adult Animal Crossing. I'm in.
and you have boys that run errands for you that help build your little area. So if you want to make it look nice and have like flags up and you want to make medieval times, you can make medieval times.
Speaking of houses, I did want to mention real quick. Are you interested in building a moon base in Starfield?
No, because I can't do that again.
Okay.
I can't.
Okay.
Whatever this new Starfield down. I think it was on the docket. I don't think I added it, but whatever this new Starfield is, I can no longer be the master of commerce, Doug.
Okay.
I lost a lot of hours to being the master of commerce, and it added stress to my life that I can't get back. You remember? I was like,
I do.
I don't have
I
enough
do.
titanium. I got to
I
go to this
do.
planet.
But when I saw the moon base, I was like, I mean, that's
Oh,
kind of cool. No
yeah.
one, there's not a lot of games that allow you to have a moon base like coming
No.
out of the freaking moon.
It looks
So
so cool, but I
I
can't do
figured
it, bro.
I'd
I've
ask.
been
All
there,
right.
done that, Doug. I had a whole network of planets that were building my empire, Doug. It was
All
running
right.
smoothly,
All
but you
right.
know, there's always more power. You know what I'm saying?
Be great
Also,
if you went back and like all this time the materials had just been
I come
collecting and you
back.
like look,
It's
you're
a
like,
fucking
oh.
petri dish. I come back. It's a whole different. It's a whole universe. It is a statue of me, and I'm like some deity.
Yeah.
Oh, the Lord Michael has returned from his slumber.
Uh,
Let's show him our works. You know, it's like that. It reminds me of that Outer Limits episode where the guy finds two alien ants and he leaves them in like a little
I didn't see that one.
container. He goes to work, comes back, and the ants have created agriculture. And he's like, "What the fuck?" He goes to work again. He comes back, and the ants are warring because there's a civil war in the actual. He's like, "I gotta kill all of this. This is not." And then he comes back, and they're starting to break out of containment
Oh shit.
using spaceships and technology. He's like, "I don't know what's happening in this petri dish, but I'm God, and I have to kill all of them. This is getting
I
out of
ha-
hand."
I have seen that episode now that you
Great
mention it.
episode.
Yes, I have seen that. That's great. We may revisit that series. That's a
Hey,
good pull. I haven't watched any of those in a
Wash.
while. In a while.
The Twilight Bros still lives in my heart, Doug.
I watched a bunch
The,
of them. I'm trying
the
to figure
Twilight
out if I
Bros.
watched them all.
One day, I will get the strength and bravery to start the Twilight
All
Bros
right,
podcast. One
all
day.
right, bro. All right,
That being said, I'm watching Daredevil. Watch Daredevil. It's fucking sick.
all right.
Daredevil. Watch
That's good to hear.
Daredevil.
You're the
Ready
only
to get
one
into some.
talking about it.
I'm the only one talking about it. It's kind of crazy. But watch some Daredevil. It's good for you. Let's get into some news, bro.
Yes,
While we
sir.
have, while we still have time. Speaking of time, I watched this trailer for the Backrooms, and I have to know, Wash. After watching this trailer, from 0 to 5, what is your possibility of watching this at some point in your life?
Oh, this is a 5.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is a
expound, dog.
5.
Expound.
This is a 5. Unfortunately, it did give me too much of Inception vibes, But as someone who has an eBay store, and this guy has a store, and like his back
Yeah.
room just is building on itself. You have Red Rose out there. You have there's another thing that builds its own house that I had thought of, but it's gone now. Just this idea seems kind of interesting to me, and the way the trailer was presented was interesting. It didn't tell me everything, and it
Thank
gave
God.
me enough
Yeah.
to know what the freaking movie might be about. So,
Hmm.
it was a good trailer. It wasn't, so many these days either give you everything or give you nothing, and you're left going, well, I have 2 hours and I'm not going to watch this. This looks good.
I
Chikubu,
love him.
Ch- Ch-
Check away Ekafor.
thank you.
I just ruined his
Ekafor.
name. Yeah.
He's a great actor, fantastic actor. So I know that he's going to be fantastic in this. And A24, but there was this trailer, and then there was an Anna Perna trailer.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's the name
Yeah.
of the company. All right. Are those the only two things outside of DC and Marvel that gets greenlit anymore? I swear to God, every single
Yeah.
trailer I see is A24, and it's like, do
I
you?
think they're printing their own money, dog,
Uh,
or they're secretly funded by Tencent or something, dog. Because I mean, they only, you know, what I'm saying, uh, watch it on TikTok. You know, I like A24 just kind of came out of. It didn't come out of nowhere. I think they've earned their spot as kind of like a quiet movie powerhouse. I mean, it's like Warner Brothers, what Disney, not even
I don't
more
think
than
they're
Warner Brothers.
quiet anymore. That's my point.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
they make everything now. I mean, they make more than Warner Brothers puts out. That's for certain.
They're the only company making anything of substance right now, of like true substance. Like
Why?
I move like cinema, steady cinema. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's not their movies never feel like it's a cash grab or it's
yeah,
some kind of like puff piece. It always feels like they get content that is like not easily digestible. And that's why I like the back rooms because the back rooms is an internet thing. It's a creepy pasta. You ever heard of creepy pastas? Uh
yeah,
this so this started as a creepy pasta, kind of like Slender Man and Marble Hornets and all that, where it's like, hey, there's certain parts of the earth where you could just fall through. And like there's the veil of reality is kind of, you know, softened, and you can just end up in the back rooms where it's almost like the universe under the universe that just keeps that's like the construction site. It's like think of like Disneyland and the backstage of have you ever seen the backstage of Disneyland?
yes, I have.
And it's like it's looks so weird because it's almost as angular as the back rooms, where it's like the front of it is this whole universe of Toontown or Main Street, but the back rooms of Disneyland is just so dry and angular and corporate. You can see the fakeness behind it. That's what
Yeah.
I love about the back rooms. It's like, yeah, this is the earth inside the earth that you're not supposed to see, where we're kind of working on the earth from within the earth. I love the idea of this like different dimension that just goes
And
on forever.
I don't. I guess I don't know if it's like a different dimension. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. I know that
Yeah.
that the room seems to have its own entity. You
Hmm.
and I don't know where I'm putting this. Is this sci-fi? Is this
Uh
sci-fi horror? Like
Sci-fi
where are we putting
horror.
this?
I tuck it. I tuck it in science fiction
Science
because it does
fiction?
fill with like liminal space and stuff like that. And it's not that many boo haunted house monsters. Well, I don't want to spoil anything, but let's just say they are not safe in the back rooms. You know what I'm saying? Things aren't always as they seem. And
I
I
did not know that that was a whole thing, like Slender
look
Man.
it
I
up.
never
Yeah.
heard of that. Yeah, I never
Yeah,
heard of
it's
that.
like Channel 58, it's like that kind of like lo-fi horror stuff. Hey Bradley, what's going on, sir? What's going on, B? Um, I don't think this will be something I watch like when it comes out on Shutter, you know what I'm saying, or like
Yeah.
Amazon Prime. Um, oh, The Mortuary's Assistant is on Shutter. That finally came out. I'm gonna watch that tonight. That's based off a video game.
Why
Yeah.
why is that? we watch that trailer? I know what you're
No,
talking about.
yeah, no, it's not. We haven't talked about it on the podcast before. Yeah, the mortuary's assistant is on Shutter. I just checked. I was just checking my phone because I was like, man, what did I watch this week? Right, and I said, ooh, the mortuary's assistant because I know that's based off the game, and the game is super creepy where you're pretty much doing like the autopsy of Jane Doe,
Oh,
but creepy stuff
yeah,
happens. The
yeah,
spooks. So I'm hyped for
yeah.
that. And I'm hyped for this. I want to see how they do this. Very hype. Like I've liked this actor since Firefly. Since
Oh,
the
he's a
movie.
Firefly guy.
Yeah, he was the villain in dang, what was the Firefly movie? Um 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 dang it. Vita Renee is gonna sock me in the throat. The Firefly movie, he was the villain, and he was just such he was against Nathan Fillion, bro. But yeah, great actor. I know he'll kill it. Very excited for this one.
I completely missed the Firefly era. Are you excited for the animated new series that's going to be coming out? Did you get amped
Uh,
for that news or not
Not
so much?
amped, curious. Like you have my
Curious.
curiosity, you know. Like I wasn't a big Firefly guy, even though there was a part in my life where I was just nonstop Firefly. And I do love the movie. I love the movie more than I love the series. The movie is so good. I'm actually mad that I can't remember the name of that movie. The Firefly movie. Dang it. Oh, it's Summer Glau and all that. But yeah, looking forward to Firefly. Looking forward to this. Very good. Very good. I thought this was an interesting uh topic. Shigeru Miyamoto admits that there's only so many people who are going to play Nintendo games, which is why we're making movies now, which is kind of it's hard to broach. So I knew that after this movie Galaxy launched, it was going to make $1 billion. It doesn't matter, right? So Nintendo is now a film company at this point. They just, I mean, they print money. There are mixed. We talked about this earlier today. There are very mixed reviews of this new Galaxy movie, but it doesn't matter. Apparently, there's just this. Have you seen the numbers on this thing so far?
No,
It's
I haven't. I
insane.
haven't heard any, and I was curious. I
Yeah,
have not. I
I
just,
was
all
like,
I know
oh,
is $1 billion. Actually, 2 billion. This is a $2 billion one, man. This thing isn't gonna
with
stop.
I think the writing's on the wall. That is a very terrifying thought, Wash, and I want your opinions on this. With all of the current changes in the gaming industry, with the fear of AI, the fear of hardware consumption, not enough processors, people don't have the money to buy consoles anymore. They're raising prices on consoles. Do you think that these gaming companies are like, hey, we see the writings on the wall. If we need an injection of quick money, we just make a movie. We just Sony's been trying to do it for years and haven't got it off the wall with Uncharted, and that kind of bombed. But Nintendo seems to have it locked. Wash, do you think that this is the logical next step for these gaming companies who need to find revenue one way or another?
I think that that is a terrible idea of a plan. Frankly,
Yeah,
is betting your chips that people aren't going to buy games, so we'll make money in the movie business. I mean,
that's
there
what he's saying.
you are not the first person to have that dream and leave broke. Right now, this is
Yeah.
Nintendo. You print money. You own a ton of IP, which is what really can fund this thing. You own IP, right? And that's the thing that no one owns in Netflix and Warner Brother, which is
Yeah.
why we're flip flopping every 30 seconds and Spider-Man can't be in Disney and blah 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 blah
Mhm.
blah. They don't have that issues. Six people get in a room and they're like, what do we want to do? Metroid. Done. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So there is a clarity of vision with Nintendo making movies. That
Yeah.
said, you can't make a bad movie, man. You know what I mean? Like,
One bad
fine.
movie wrecks the whole thing.
It's like first Mario, great, $1 billion. Galaxy, $2 billion. If it's not even like critically acclaimed, it makes a bunch of money. Like Zelda, let's say Zelda isn't good.
High chance.
we might have a problem with this plan because then hardcores who are like, oh God, give me the Little Mac movie, right? It doesn't matter anymore. Like you can't pull off Zelda, you were not pulling off Little Mac. It's probably not happening. So I think that that is a interesting thought,
Yeah.
but they do see some writing on the wall. I guess I would ask you, as a lifelong gamer, someone who grew up in this generation of games, do
Hmm.
you see a future where kids, let's say 12-year-old kids, no longer have interest in playing video games?
I think we're there now.
Okay.
Children
I
don't
don't know.
play.
I have no idea.
Children don't play video games. It's nerds like
Not
us.
Roblox?
I mean, would you consider that a video? I mean,
Do we consider Minecraft a video game?
I don't see 5 and 6 year olds playing Mario. I see them playing on their tablet, right? That's the whole Toy Story 6, whatever.
Right.
That children just aren't locked in to the things that we used to be. They don't play with toys. They're not playing. A kid doesn't ask for a PlayStation. He asks for a new phone. He asks for a new tablet. And that's where their focus is. And it's like kids now aren't rushing to buy a PS5. They may want one for status, but they're not playing it. It's statistically shown. It's either people in their 20s or older folks like us who remember locking into a game. Children, I don't think that, I have no kids, but I know people who do. And in the last 15, 10 years, I haven't seen a 5 or 6 year old touch a controller at all.
Wow.
Now, in people's houses, just like casually. They're locked into other things. And
I guess it's sad for me to think that consoles and video gaming is pretty much going to go the way of like record players,
vinyl players,
and it's
and
like,
yeah.
yeah, you know there's an entire generation of stuff people in the 70s, 60s where they went to their friend's house, they played their records, they listened to their records, they danced, they did that, and I had a record player, but hell, I didn't really listen to it. Well, I listened to
You know,
He-Man, I guess.
he,
So I heard.
he man. You know what it is? It's that and we talked about this before. Like parents just kind of want their kids quiet in a corner and not making fuss or noise or bothering them. Video games requires you to engage with your child even on a screen. Most of the time, a kid wants to play a video game because dad's playing or because mom's playing. But nowadays, it's just like, here, have this tablet, go sit over there and handle it. So it's a babysitter.
Let me ask you
And
another question.
yeah,
On top of that, I'm piggybacking off thing. Do mom and dad have time to play PlayStation 5 anymore?
no, I don't think so. If you're a parent, every parent I've known, time is not a luxury. You're running because a lot of our parents are working parents. So you don't have all day to chill. The kids taking a nap. Every single dude I know who has kids has to wait till the whole house is asleep and quietly play some Call of Duty with his boys, maybe at 10:30 that night, 11:30 that night, for maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes before he has to go to bed and get up because his shift starts at 6:30. We just don't have time. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? People, there's a whole life
I
that we have to have from 6 to 5. You know,
I agree. And I guess when you say that, asking me if like, hey, our strategy then is to go dip our toe in a world where there is access to all types of free media, food, television, YouTube, as a business strategy, I question it. I have to question it. I
it's
have to
a
question it.
it's a it reeks of desperation. But I've been saying for the last 2 months that this industry, the entertainment industry, is in a desperate place right now. Because what is entertainment anymore?
What
You
is
know what I mean?
entertainment? Yeah, what
What
is
is
it?
actually what is it? I don't know. So everyone's trying to get a foothold on the new normal and how we as humans are entertaining ourselves. You know what I mean? If it's not on a stream, and because that's what kids want to be now. Kids don't want to be game developers. They don't want to be artists. They want to be streamers.
They want to be streamers. Valid point.
And half of
Valid
the
point.
streams that are getting 150K people a stream, a million people a stream, aren't doing anything that requires any particular type of uh talent or merit or anything you can learn from. They're just being goofballs. A lot of kids just want to goof off with their friends, and I totally
Yeah.
understand. So they're living vicariously through these people who just get to goof off with their friends on screen. They're not
Yeah.
playing video games. They're not playing a guitar. They're not playing an instrument. They're not. They're not. They're just being. Have you just sat and watched the Kai Cenat stream?
No, I still have not. Why? Because yeah,
It's
no, it doesn't
fascinating.
interest
It's just
me. It's
loud
like I
and
don't get it.
crazy, and it's just feeds that endorphin part of the children's brain. So it's
Makes a
like
bunch of money though.
makes hundreds of millions of dollars. But so it's like Miyamoto's kind of like, I don't know what to do. These kids don't want to play Mario anymore. So, and look, we just did our second movie. This movie's going to make $1 billion. I guess. And it's one of those things where it's like, I guess we're a film industry now. I guess we're in the film
Yeah.
industry now because you can't deny this return on investment, but like you said, people are fickle and attention spans are low. So the second there is even look at Marvel, the second there's a shadow of a doubt, it can all just drop.
I am a Marvel fan and have not watched Daredevil. And in fact, fun fact, just to let you and the viewers know, I probably will not be watching Maul on April 6th.
That's
Like,
what
I
yeah.
like. Don't get me wrong, I want to see it, but I prefer to wait till I'm not in a crunch time to sit down and enjoy my show. And frankly speaking, I kind of know what's going on, so it's not a
No
big spoiler.
surprises.
Okay, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I'm probably gonna wait till the weekend when I can sit back and chill and then watch it. And it's like, oh yeah, this is freaking awesome. So yeah, I get it. I get it. It's a tough place to be in. What is entertainment? And folks, we
What is
definitely
entertainment?
appreciate you watching and interacting. And please like.
Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We are
Couple of
entertainment.
goofballs here,
Couple of goofballs just shooting the shit,
hanging out with our
couple of
friends.
hanging out with our friends, talking about this nerd stuff we love so much. But yeah, I don't know, man. We'll see. I've been doing this podcasting for almost 8 years now, bro. But
Yeah.
from audio, you've been there the entire time, from audio to visual, and I still don't have a grip on this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Just it is what it is. But I enjoy what I do, and that's why we're here. I've never done this for the likes or the views or the giant audiences. I just want to hang out with my friends and have a good time. Is that so
Which
wrong?
makes me wonder, does he enjoy movies or does he enjoy playing video
I
games?
think Miyamoto enjoys playing video games, but he's also a businessman,
Yeah. All
and he
right.
has to. And it's he's just now saying this. He could have done this in the '90s, which he kind of tried
Yeah.
with Mario, didn't work. He could have done this in
No.
the 2000s, which he's kind of tried and didn't work. But it seems to catch now. So I mean, you can't have your pudding until you eat your meat, right?
Mhm.
So it puts them in a we're we're all in a tough spot. Speaking of people who are in a tough spot, Jesus Louise. Fortnite developer Epic Games lays off 1,000 employees, citing that it's a downturn in engagement in this evergreen battle royale. Back to what I was just talking about. Children are not playing video games anymore. Fortnite has been around for almost 10 years now. It's been one of the biggest and has steadily been the game to play outside of Roblox. Wash, this is one of those things that's just never going to go away. Fighting games, sports games. I think there's going to be some kind of Fortnite out there somewhere. Do you foresee the end of Fortnite, or do you think this is just a bump in the road?
This story shocked me a little bit. I did not expect to see such a large number. And coming off
1K
our just
people.
previous conversation,
Yeah,
yeah, apparently people aren't playing Fortnite anymore, which surprises me because I thought they were. Same thing with World of Warcraft. I was watching a
yeah.
World of Warcraft stream, and they're like, yeah, there's nobody here. There used to be a lot of people here, and there's no one here. I do like the battle royale format. It's just not. They haven't found the game that connects with me for it. That said, um, I think, as you say, Fortnite will live, but this is the probably the first or the final, however you want to call it. This is the bell. Like I don't see you coming back, especially considering, and no offense to Fortnite in this article. Yeah, we spend more money than we're making. Yeah, because you decided to go buy every
IP known to man.
IP to use and rent, and I gotta tell you, using friggin' Star Wars could not have
Have been
been
cheap.
cheap. It's
Mm-mm.
not cheap,
Mm-mm.
and I'm sure you're still paying them because people have skins, and they're like, yeah, you have to pay
You have
us
to
for those
you pay us
skins.
into
Like,
perpetuity for the
yeah,
license to use that in the game.
fucking a. So that's kind of on Fortnite. That's kind of them going the wrong direction. Will they be able to adjust, Mike? We just watched another gaming service 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. What's the game that's already gone? That was started and gone 10 days. The second
Yeah,
one, the second one, they
just to
shut it
go.
down. It's
No
gone,
time.
and it's
Yeah.
like Fortnite, you're probably not coming back from this because no one has an attention span, and I don't see people coming back for less. Okay, so now we have no more of the cool IPs. You're just gonna give us some cool characters that Fortnite made. I can't play as the
Oh,
Simpsons, which also probably wasn't cheap.
it's funny. It's like Fortnite was the turning point of gaming experience.
Yeah,
People played the game a certain way, then Fortnite came out, and then people played it a very different way. And when normally you're that transcendent, you tend to last a little bit longer, you know. And Fortnite has been very nasty in the gaming industry in regards to just kind of like piggybacking off of like um of like gameplay styles of other competition. They've really been like a big bully in their respective sections. So I feel no remorse only for the people who lost their for the employees who lost their jobs. I feel remorse for them because I've been laid off before. I know how that feels.
yes.
Um, and it's not fun at all not knowing where your next meal is coming from. That being said, I think that Fortnite, much like Overwatch, much like so many other games that were just kind of like defining uh beacons of the gaming industry, have run their course. These games run their course. In the 90s, it was Street Fighter 2. You know what I'm saying? When Street Fighter 2 was just it for like 20 years until the new thing came out. So I think this will live on forever. It's just going to be a zombie. You made such a good point of I think it was short-sighted for them to just oh man, the game is dying. Let's give them Goku. Oh, the game is dying. Let's give him Wolverine. Oh, the game is dying. Let's give him Darth Vader. And it's like that is not a sustainable business model because you just can't keep paying out all you're not getting you're paying out so much money for these IPs and they
I
last forever.
we see the same look. The
It's
problem
not
is the subscription freaking model, the microtransactions, all of it. We
yeah.
see it across Netflix, we've had a banner year, we've had a terrible year. HBO Max, we're buying here, we're selling the whole company to Disney. Like it's this subscription microtransaction mindset business model that we as gamers have most certainly been locked in, and as viewers, since they got rid of disc for the most part, once
Yeah.
Netflix was like, yeah, you can stream it now, like dude, and they've eaten themselves. They've
Yes.
eaten themselves.
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't feel bad. I really don't
Yes.
because I'm kind of over it. They just raised prices again. One
On
of them just
Netflix.
raised.
Yeah. Just went up again. And it's oh my goodness, you make such a good point. The subscription based model killed entertainment. Killed. It's dead now. The subscription based model that started all the way back with Netflix has killed because the money didn't exist anymore, you know, because then Spotify did it. And that
Yeah,
subscription based model bled into our music industry. And
yeah.
back in the day, you knew how many copies you sold because people dragged their ass out to Sam Goody and bought that CD. a
Yeah.
tangible thing. Someone bought a copy of your music. Oh, that's cool. Now I'm going to go on a concert. People are buying tangible copies of the ticket to go see your and streaming just muddied those waters so much, and it was so attractive at the time, but now it's almost like they're trying to pull it back. It's like, man, like Netflix, like, what do we do? How do we
But
pull this? How do we put this genie back in the bottle? You can't.
he, but now if you're making a movie today, Mike, you're not asking for $10 because you know
No.
how valuable it is. So it's like, no, you have to you pay me. And so now everything is over freaking valued as a subscription model. And these companies are eating themselves trying
Yeah.
to pay for it. Plus, here's a billion shows.
It's
We're raising it to $30 a month.
it's
I don't
crazy
need
to
a
see
billion.
them. It's crazy to see them eat. It's crazy to see someone try to you're trying to have your cake and eat it too, and you're starving yourself at the same time. You can't do that. Like, you can't say we're gonna have this movie in the big screen and we're gonna have a big screen experience. People are gonna buy tickets for 10 days. And then it's coming right on streaming. We're gonna get you coming back. We're gonna get you coming and get you going, right? And it's like you don't see that you're cannibalizing your own fan base to why people have stopped playing these video games and stopped going to the movies, because why not just wait for a subscription service that I'm going to cancel the second something that's I don't so the second my thing goes off, I'm canceling it. People do it all the time.
All the
Hey,
time.
my show's not on anymore. I'm canceling Netflix until it comes back. What kind of monetary like business
That's a,
plan is
that's a
that?
terrible business plan,
People are so
bro. It's a
fickle like that. No
terrible
one's on
business
Netflix like,
plan.
I have all the movies to watch in the world. This is so great. No, I want to watch Wednesday. Wednesday is no longer on anymore. I'm just going to cancel it until it eventually comes back.
Have you ever tried to cancel your Game Pass?
Impossible.
You have to call those
Yes.
MFers to
You know
cancel your
why?
Game Pass.
Because that's money.
Yeah,
That's so much. Because so many people are like, oh, nothing's on Game Pass right now. How do I
done.
stop this? You literally have to call your bank and do a cease payment on your credit card. To avoid all that, I'm telling you the trick. If you ever just want to get out of this stuff real easy, just call your damn bank and tell them, no, I don't want to pay for this anymore, and then they'll go ahead and just let that over. You know, uh, and they're so terrified of that because they're used. It's almost like paying insurance on your. It's like paying insurance on your entertainment.
Bro.
I got to pay these people so many odd dollars a month, otherwise I can't watch my stories. I can't, and it's like these games as a service aren't even valuable anymore. The value is
No,
completely gone.
not not not
It's crazy.
necessarily. Not necessarily, man. Not necessarily valuable. And I'm gonna keep Game Pass. I am in the market for a
Yeah,
console because I'm kind of over the $30 a month thing. Don't
you
get
might
me
as well just
wrong. I do
chill.
play a lot, but it's like,
Yeah,
dude, it's $30 a freaking month. Like, I might as well just get a freaking console and a couple of games and enjoy myself. That said, I am this close to canceling everything but Disney because of Star Wars. They do have my money. But
yeah.
and just going to get cable, bro. Basic freaking cable. Because
You
I'm
might
just
as well.
over it. I'm just over it, man. And I'm gonna let this go because this isn't about Fortnite. Expedition X has, let's call it, 20 seasons.
Yeah, it's
Over
keep
the
going.
course of
Yeah,
6 freaking streaming networks that offer it, and I guess there's a total of 20, you can watch like 4 seasons.
that sucks. Where are the rest of the
Bro,
season?
they just not available.
That
And
sucks.
it's like, that sucks, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, we're paying for this. No, we're only going to give you what we want
This
to
is what we
give
got.
you,
Take what you got. You know.
bro.
It's annoying, and I think I don't know what the future holds for entertainment. It's actually quite kind of terrifying as someone whose
Oh,
entire life is built around the things that make me happy in entertainment, just to see it kind of erode into itself. And like, what is the future of what is the future of commerce? But that's a whole other conversation with
different.
AI and people having to work for a living. But what if the robots just do our jobs? I don't know. It's a very uncertain time for everything. And I think things like this, these poor people being laid off probably had no idea. You never know, right? You don't know when the layoff's going to hit. It just hits. and your name, you get to play that fun lottery. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Hey man, but it you know, I don't know. It's a tough time, and I think we're going to be talking about this more in the future. Speaking of games that don't require gas, at least I hope it doesn't, is the Mortal Shell 2 trailer. I know this is not really up your alley, Wash, because this is more like a Souls like uh game, and I sure didn't watch the 11 minutes of gameplay that this link was. I just want to kind of get a taste. Okay, I played a little bit of Mortal Shell 1 because it was like on PlayStation, this the PlayStation version of the Game Pass. I was like, okay, you play one Souls game, you play them all, but this one's looking actually kind of interesting. And the graphic fidelity on these games are starting to get kind of crazy. What did you think of this trailer? What do you think of this now franchise? Is this on your
Uh,
radar at all?
I enjoyed the trailer. I did not watch all full 11 minutes of it. It actually reminded me a lot of Avowed because all of a sudden you're
Ooh,
working with all these different types of like when the gun came out, the minigun. I was like, what the hell
yeah.
are we doing with a minigun all of a sudden? This is freaking kind of out of nowhere. And actually, they have that over the third person over the shoulder, and it looks good. Some
Yeah.
games it doesn't look good. Only issue with this game that I had in the trailer at least is it just looked like it may have a pacing issue. Like it looked a
Ah,
little slow to
a little
movement.
empty. Yeah.
And I was kind of like, man, if you can pace a tad better and it's not like, you know, want Dark Souls where it's like, here's your one enemy and good luck. And that's kind of hard to do, I think. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not a Souls guy. I didn't like it mainly because it's just too damn hard. You give me something
Yeah.
that's accessible, I'm in. But Dark Souls too hard, and turn it on easy. No, that takes
There
away
is
the
no
point.
easy with a Souls game. You just get the game requires your attention. It makes me think of like I think of the pacing of Crimson Desert a lot because it's there are big wide open spaces where nothing's happening, but much like my story earlier with the elf children and just running into a side quest, it's kind of deceptively empty because there's always kind of like some visual stimulant going on in the game, and this game kind of reminded me of that. But I do see that your character does feel a little bit stiff. They run a little bit stiff, but that could just be your early game character. Like my Crimson Desert guy is kind of stiff, but I'm seeing people fly around like Goku in Crimson Desert lately, doing all types of spin combos and like traveling at Mach speeds. I saw someone break the sound barrier in that game just flying.
Such a weird
What is
game.
this damn game? Anyway,
Such a
um, am I going to get this? Probably. I'm really hyped. I like these kind of games at least to just play them. You know what I mean? So I'm a Souls like guy. I just don't beat them because I just don't have the patience. I like getting my butt kicked and then getting mad. Watch knows. I'll play a boss for 7 hours straight if I can just get them. You know,
can't.
um, just I will master it. That's that monster hunter in me. You know, it's like I will fight the same boss 70,000 times to get the armor. You know what I'm saying? Um, but it's medieval times, but it's also like Hellraiser. So, I like the horror aesthetic of these games. And I do kind of like the difficulty. I'm so tired of easy ass games where you just kind of like Uncharted 3, you just kind of you're playing a movie, like I love Spider-Man 2 and I love this Insomniac Spider-Man games, but they could just be a tad bit more difficult. Like I'm hoping Wolverine is just a little difficult. Like let me lose a couple times, you know what I'm saying? Let me
Ah,
make me
I,
learn the gameplay. You appreciate it more.
I'm really glad you brought that up because that and this gave me the same vibe. It gave me the same vibe of the movement of character. I absolutely thought
Yeah.
of Wolverine when I saw this trailer, and I went, "Yeah, I hope it moves a tad bit faster." And I was gonna say, I thought there was another movie, but it's called Mortal Engines. You ever heard of this movie?
Yeah. I did
That's what I thought this was. I was like, and it like came on. It kind of looked, it had the same look. I'm like, is this that based off that movie, Mortal? Like, what the hell? I
funny
just had
enough,
to look it up.
shout outs the underrated movie podcast. I actually did a review of Mortal Engines with them many moons ago on MLTN. So yeah, I love me some Mortal Engines based off a book
There
and
you go.
everything. I like
There you go.
steampunk. I like steampunk worlds.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of like back to the Crimson Desert. I like steampunk stuff, but I also like gothic horror, and I like dark things and monsters and dragons and the unspeakables. So if I could fight a Cthulhu in this game, sure. I want to fight. I want to fight a Shogoth if I can, bro. The unspeakable ones.
I'm kind of wondering if there's a Cthulhu in your
I would
Crimson
not be
Desert game.
surprised,
Like that seems like something that's probably in that game somewhere.
bro.
So something to
I'm
look for
waiting to
this
walk through a
weekend.
portal and showing up in New York City like freaking Steve Rogers. This game is so back. I'm waiting to just show up, and it's literally like the president of the United States, just like and then a life bar shows up, and I'm just like,
That's
what the?
funny. That's funny,
This
man.
game is so that game is so burnt out, bro. I hate it. I love it and I hate it.
All weekend.
All weekend is what's happening.
All weekend.
The writing's on the damn wall. Speaking of probably good writing, we finally got a official trailer for Supergirl. Give us a little bit more about the story. It's based off of the recent DC comic featuring Kara Zor-El. Wash, what did you think of this trailer? Is this kind of filling you with more hype, or did you feel less hype after watching this?
More hype. I actually think that this movie, and I'm not taking anything away from Superman, but when we watch Superman, or when I watch
You weren't
Superman,
a fan of it,
I
right?
I think yeah, I said it was fine, but I said it wasn't as grandiose in nature as I would expect Superman to be, right? And I think that this is going to be that movie. And I think that was done on purpose, to be honest with you. I
Yeah.
think this looks very much more like a super movie than Superman felt. So I watched this trailer, stoked. Um, what's his name? The dude that's
Lobo.
everywhere, the big dude,
Yeah.
Lobo.
Jason Momoa. Yeah.
I don't know if I love Jason Momoa as Lobo. I mean, he
Are you
kind of looks
crazy?
cool. He looks cool, but I don't know if I love Jason Momoa. Dude, I'm not like Jason Momoa. Don't get me wrong, hit and miss. But the last time I saw Jason Momoa as a superhero, it was Aquaman. It was not good. When
Not
he
good.
popped up and he looked at her and he said, "Give me a minute." And he took
Give
a
me
shot, and I
yeah.
went,
That's just Aquaman, isn't it?
I went.
Aquaman? Question mark.
Uh,
Aqua?
I don't. I'm kind of. At first, I was amped for the decision, right? I was like, "Oh, this should be a good fit." But after seeing it and seeing that one shot, it gave me flashbacks, and I went, "Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna love that
Uh,
choice."
you got to give him some space, man. The thing about Lobo, we can talk about Lobo, and I'll give you my thoughts on the trailer. Lobo is very Deadpool-ish. He's very Merc with a mouth that just won't shut up, but is probably the most powerful person in the room. Um, one thing I always say about Superman, and so many people don't like Superman because he is too strong. He's too OP. He can't lose. He's a boring character. And I say, yeah, when he's fighting bank robbers in Metropolis and bullets are bouncing off his chest and it's easy. But the second you put Superman in space and things start to balance out, and he's fighting against Daxamites and White Martians and Lobo Saurians. He's fighting against these alien beings that are on his level, if not even a little bit higher. He makes for a more interesting character because there's actually stakes, and he has to push himself for victory. He just can't win, auto win. So putting Kara in space against people who just may just be able to square up with her, because yes, at the end of the day, she is a Kryptonian and she's extremely powerful, but so is Lobo. Lobo is very, 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 very strong, and damn near impossible to kill. Um, but going back to what you were saying about Jason Momoa, and like you squint at Lobo and you just see Aquaman, that's kind of not his fault because he
It
was
is
miscast.
kind of his fault.
No,
And
he was
don't tell me he was miscast. He
he
made two
was
movies.
miscast.
He
He
made two movies. They
because he's
wrote the
already
script.
said.
He did it.
Look,
Don't tell me he
look.
was miscast, bro.
I can talk till I'm blue in the face about how bad the Snyderverse was. Right, one of the biggest miscastings they had in that entire thing was making Jason Momoa blonde hair, blue eyed Aquaman. I'm not that guy. But he was miscast from the jump. Why is this man Aquaman? I don't know. He doesn't even act like Aquaman. Aquaman has been around since like the
No.
30s. This man is not Aquaman, right? He should have been Lobo from the start. So to finally
Yes.
put him in this role, it's almost a disservice to the Lobo role because yes, when you squint and hear him, I'm annoyed. He does the same move with the drink that he does in you know what I'm saying, Justice League. He does the exact same drink slam.
What do you
And it's
want
like,
me to
it's not
do?
cool. That's not fair, bro.
What do you want me to
I'm gonna
feel
let the dude
then?
breathe. I'm
It's
gonna let him cook.
like,
I'm gonna let him cook because he looks like Lobo. Damn, he's just Lobo. He's one of those. Like, why is it? Why hasn't William Defoe ever played the Joker? Right? You just
my
look like the
yeah,
Joker,
yeah.
right?
My point is, I hope that he has a small role in the film.
No,
Like, give me
big
15
role.
minutes,
No,
15
I want
minutes in,
Lobo
out of
out.
there, we're
I
done.
love
Dude,
no. I,
we're gonna
I,
remember this conversation come
if
July.
it was close enough to in my arm's reach, I would show you my Lobo figure, dog. I love me some Lobo. He is cool. He has a bike. He can just square up with Superman. He uses guns. He says "Bastich" and "Bite me, fanboy." Lobo's him, dog. So no, I want Lobo swimming in this movie because he's gonna be the comic relief to Kara, who honestly, it's not giving me a lot of acting. It's not really filling me with like hope for her performance in this movie because she's coming off kind of dry to me. And so is Lobo for that matter. The acting in this trailers aren't really filling me with hope. And I know, and the symbol of hope is literally right there. But I know she's from Game of Thrones, and I hear she does very well in Game of Thrones. The actress who plays Supergirl, yeah. But
I've
I've
never
never
seen
seen her in anything. I'm not a Game of Thrones guy, so I don't know.
I saw her
We'll
in
see.
Superman, and I didn't love her performance in
It
Superman. You
was
know what I
fine. I
mean? I
mean,
get it; it was fine, but
it
it's
was two
not like it was
seconds. It
right.
didn't
It was
floor
short.
me. It didn't floor
Right.
me.
But I do like what I'm seeing out of here. But I would say that the writing in the trailer, like the writing, felt
Yeah.
very not on point for what I was watching.
That's what I'm
If
saying. Like
yeah,
it looked fine, but it wasn't resonating with me.
yeah.
And it has nothing to
Hopefully
do
they
with the
clean it up.
character. Or, I'm hyped for Lobo. I do like me some Cara Zor-El. I like the bottled city of Candor and all that fun stuff. I like me some crypto. Can never get enough crypto. I'm hoping we get some other DC aliens to kind of come through. Maybe some Martians, you know what I'm saying?
That'd be
Maybe
dope.
some Brainiacs, because Brainiac and Kara have a big history together. So we'll see. The trailer didn't I felt hyper from the first trailer than from this trailer.
Mm.
Um, because I just don't think the acting is doing it for me. But I have hope that Lobo is at least cool. And I don't know. Jason Momoa is playing Blanca, so this guy's gonna get a pass from me for a little while because he's playing all my favorite stuff, dog. It's not fair. It's very
Remember you
biased.
said that.
It's very
Remember you
biased.
said
He's
that,
playing
man.
Blanca, bro. Like,
Because
what do
he's
you want?
playing all in Street Fighter.
I
Did you
know
do
it's.
you do
I
you need
hear,
to go rewatch that trailer? Do you
bro,
need to rewatch the trailer?
bro. You see what I'm drinking here? It's not water. I'm drinking cope. I'm drinking copium right now. It has to be good. Just give it a chance, Brian. Go to the gym and give it a chance.
Damn,
Just give it a chance, Brian.
We'll see.
Speaking of people who've been given chances, I want to talk about closing out our episode with probably one of the most quiet, secretly kept, maybe because I'm just not in the industry, but monumental events in the past 20, 30 years. We are sending people back to the moon, apparently. About 24 hours ago, a day ago, the Artemis 2 is on its way to complete, I think, a circle around the moon or something like that. You know, and they're photographing all of it. And I think this is what we kind of need. This kind of as a country that is just so ass backwards right now. We're just it's just so bad. It's good to see things like this where it fills you with hope and wonder and like, man, why are we going back to the moon now? You know what I mean? We've been to Mars with rovers and Elon and all that crazy. Why are we going back to the moon now? You know what I mean? I didn't even know we were trying to go back to the moon. We haven't been back since like Neil Armstrong and Tang and all that. Why now? I don't know enough about this. It just watch. Do you know anything more about this than I do? It raises more questions than it does like, oh, that's cool, you know?
I Didn't know about this. It was announced, like 2, 3 years ago. I do follow
Oh,
NASA. I
okay.
do keep up on the news. I do
Fair
follow
enough.
the NASA YouTube channel and
You
the
gotta follow the
Twitters and
NASA
all of
Reddit.
that stuff.
You
Hey,
gotta follow.
man, I told you someone offers me a starship, hey, you want to go? Yes.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah.
There's Lobo. You know what?
Uh,
I'm ready to meet him. We'll see
I
what
will shake
happens.
hands. I will shake hands with Lobo where no matter what happens. If he just
So
slices me in half, it's totally worth it. You know.
is it worth it? You know I'm a space guy. But yes, it has been for a while. Why are we going to the moon? That's kind of my question. Also, I see how it has captured like everybody's imaginations because it's the moon, Americans going up. But honestly, we put amazing stuff up fairly regularly, and for my money, the James Webb Telescope is the
I
most
mean,
epic freaking thing that we've done as like a society in a minute, right? That thing is amazing. Where it's at, the photos it's sending back, how it was put together, like it's a technical freaking marvel. So I am stoked that we're going to the moon. I'm assuming, and the rumors are that we are going to be planning to build a moon base here,
about time.
you
Sure.
know, at some
Yeah.
point. I think it was like 2038 or it's supposed to be done. So, we'll have Rebel Moon Base and Death Star and all of this other stuff going on. So, yeah, I think it's exciting. I think it's exciting. I just wish it was more accessible to the average person to do. You know,
Not yet.
someone
You know. Not yet.
someone did make so I saw this on a reel. Someone made a at-home machine with a long stick and a ball of some type that
Nice.
allowed you to feel space, zero gravity in your like living room because of the way it picked you up. It was almost like an
Sure.
amusement park ride. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? One
We
of those
take
things that
those.
twist you around and go and like,
Yeah.
dude. I mean, that's awesome.
Locomotion. Sure.
It's
Have you?
awesome.
I don't know why I'm thinking about this. It's so stupid. Have you ever heard of the space slavery theory?
No.
That the space slavery, like because in space there's no governing, like there's no government, and there's no like actual ruling class. That the second you go out into space, you're open for slavery. Like
You're open
the
for
second you land on the moon, guess what? There's more of us, and we have guns. You are now a slave. And legally, there's nothing you can do about it because this is not on any particular owned sovereign nation or land. Like
there's a reason
automatics, zero to
you're
slavery.
you're laughing, but there's a world where that is completely like a thing in 2024-32. Like
Mhm.
there's a reason sci-fi exists, and it's
Yeah,
for these dystopian type of ideas that we can actually get to. If we leave this planet, or if tomorrow 3 or 4 aliens pop down, they're like, yeah, y'all aren't alone. Please watch where you're stepping when you're out there. All of a
yeah,
sudden it becomes a different thing,
yeah. It
right?
ramps up.
And
Hey,
so this is why I love AI, but as we I would as I was discussing with some coworkers, I do understand Terminator is a real possibility in
yeah,
the hands of a wrong company or business. So yeah, space slavery, never heard of it, but
yeah.
dude, what are you
It's a
gonna
pro.
do?
It's a problem, right? You think you're having a good time? Yeah, I'm going to space for the first time. Somebody taps you on your shoulder. Hey, you know you're a slave now, right? What you mean? Here, dig these moon rocks for the rest of your life, and you can't go. We're not going to let you go back home. Do you know how to fly an astronaut space station to get back to Earth? I don't, but guess what? I know how to
No,
hold this gun, bro. Welcome
but
to slavery, dog.
that's when the Star Wars adventure begins, and you have to find your Jedi powers and escape
If we're
bondage.
already doing that, yeah, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, thank you. Come on, man. A little imagination. He's like, all right, fine. If we're going this far, yeah, that's what I'm doing. What else am I gonna do? Like mine moon rocks and be happy with it? No, man.
Look,
We got to get off
uh,
this planet. We'll
what
steal the ship. Yeah, we can fly the ship. We'll
we'll
figure it
figure it
out.
out,
We'll
dude.
figure it out, dude. How long is it? I don't know. We'll
I don't
figure it out.
know. We'll figure it out. Let's just
There's
get
an
out of
instruction
here.
booklet in there. There
Yeah,
is
it's
an
got to be
instruction
right.
booklet in the
It's
space
got to be like a
station.
video, right? Like
Yeah, dude.
how to fly this thing if you needed
There's
to.
buttons there, you know.
That brings me one of my favorite Bradley jokes of all time. And it's like, hey Bradley, what if like you were walking down the street and saw Freddy Krueger? You know what I'm saying? Like just random. She's like, well, if I live in a world where Freddy Krueger's just walking around, I'm just gonna take my glasses off and shoot him with my optic beams, and then I'm gonna fly away into the sun and gain power. Because at that point, anything is possible, right? So I'm just gonna activate. You know what I mean? I'm gonna
Yes.
pull my ear. The Guyver unit's gonna just come over my body, and I'm just gonna whoop ass. So it's like, yes, you know how you defeat space slavery? You look into the sun, and then an ET will come down and touch your third eye, and then you'll get everything all at once powers, and then you'll be able to handle it. You know what I'm saying?
You don't know unless you try.
You don't know, do or do not. There is no try.
Correct. So,
I think on that's a perfect note to end this episode of Masters of the Nerdiverse, episode 158. Just casual space vacation. Either you're the Artemis 2 crew who are probably finding the evil, like dark side of the moon robots on the other side of the moon, or or Zor-El who just doesn't want to go back home because she's vacationing out in space. I think that's a pretty apt podcast title now that I think about it. I just kind of thought of it on the fly. Wash, at the end of all things of these four topics, which one did you enjoy talking about the most?
both space related, but I actually like our quick Artemis 3 chat, man. I thought that
Yeah,
that's pretty, yeah. Space
yeah,
slavery, I didn't know, but yeah, be a
yeah.
Jedi.
Be a
Be a
Jedi.
Jedi. Be a Jedi, man, if you ever get the chance. But
Hey,
Supergirl's right there with me because I think that's interesting that you saw what I saw when he took that shot.
yeah.
It's
It
like,
just is that
like,
yeah. You
same
swear
script, different name. Like,
same
what do we
script,
do?
same jokes
What do
and jokes and jokes. That man should have never been cast as Aquaman.
Here's
You
what
got
we
me.
did. We took all your lines. We wanted to keep it simple. We just took your lines, moved
Hey,
them over.
hey, hey.
That's it.
This is the hey, you see this Aquaman suit? We're just gonna dip it in black dye. Whoop.
That's it.
Now you're Lobo, baby. Money, 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 money. They should have never cast that brother as as uh as
Terrible.
Aquaman, dog. Terrible. But anywho. Uh good episode. Good episode. Good episode. Any final thoughts, Wash, before we close this bad boy out?
No. Hope everyone has a good weekend. Get out there and do some eating and
Eat,
do some watching, do some playing. Hop on
watch.
GPT, load up your favorite RPG card game, weird game that you need to play with others, but you're a single person, so you can only play by yourself.
I got two homeworks for y'all. Y'all ready for the two homeworks? I got two homeworks. One, you have to watch Passion of the Christ because Wash said so. Wash said you have to watch Passion of the Christ this weekend. And what Mike G is telling you to watch, you have to watch Jesus Christ Superstar. It's Easter Sunday. You will sit down and watch the 70s version of Jesus Christ Superstar. You will sing along with it. I'm checking on Monday morning. I'm checking papers. If I don't see those two things checked off, you're going to get a Master of the Nerdiverse demerit. Do
There
it.
are a pantheon of musicals I hate. That is in the first or second place.
Blast
It's a
literal
tie. It is a tie between that and freaking Oklahoma, bro. Between the two
literal
of them.
blasphemy.
No, yes,
Literal
fine.
blasphemy, dog.
Whatever.
How dare
Whatever.
you?
Come at me. Think
How
it's
dare
freaking
you, dog?
awful.
Next thing you know, you'll say you'll hate the Technicolor Dream Coat. You know what I'm saying? You'll hate. Next thing you know, you'll say you'll hate.
It's fine.
We just
Not my
talked about
favorite.
musicals on
We
our
did.
Oscar
We
episode. Please watch the Oscar winner episode. The
did.
musicals rule. How do you not like Jesus Christ Superstar,
Because
bro?
it's
Like, what?
awful, bro. Like it's not good. It's not good. It's
Fair
not
enough,
good.
man.
It's
Hey,
not good.
I'm yeah, I yeah. I can't even argue with you. I can't. I don't have the energy, dog. You
All right.
know, fair enough. It's so good.
Whatever.
Jesus Christ gets mad. He flips the table, dog. He gets upset. Uh, that being said, thank you everybody for coming through and watching this evening. Thank you, Bradley, for coming through and keeping the house fires warm. Thank you, Tony, for coming through. It's always good to see you, kind sir. And please, if you like this content, want more of it, keep the channel alive by liking the content. We need to grow our channel, man. I want us to hit some decent numbers this year. Let your friends and neighbors and your aunties and your cousins know about it. Subscribe to the channel so that you're made aware when new content goes live. Me and Wash are doing a movie review. We're doing MOTN reviews coming the next week. And all I'm gonna say
Forgot all about it.
is that it's kind of crazy. That's where the movie we chose is what we're doing right after Easter Sunday. Is kind of crazy, but that's all I'm gonna say. I want you guys to be surprised. And lastly, comment. Let us know what your thoughts are on the back rooms. Let us know your thoughts on the Artemis. Are they going to go up there and find the true AI? You know what I'm saying? And that AI is going to make babies with our AI and birth the true singularity. What if that happens, Doug? What if that happens? You know, what if, yeah, what if they, what if the two AIs touch naughty bits and boom, next thing you know, we have a data floating around in lore and stuff. The AI sex naughty bit,
I don't.
ex-
I
the
don't need
main
all of that.
expansion, bro. You're not ready for that?
I don't need all of that.
Nah, the all of Idaho is just gonna become a womb for the AI, and it's gonna bubble out, and it's gonna be like an invincible dome, and it's gonna split down the middle, and it's gonna float out. You know, the birth of both AIs, Doug. You know what? It's just gonna be like Alf. It's gonna be an Alf that comes out that has omnipotence, and it's gonna teach us. But you know what? The promising thing is, it's gonna teach us warp drive, like Zephyr Cochrane, like the Vulcans did when they met Zephyr Cochrane and teach them warp speed travel, Doug. So that's what's gonna
Well, then
happen.
it's worth it.
Yeah, they're gonna grant us the gift of warp speed, Doug. You ready for that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. Hand to the Lord. I promise you. The Idaho Idaho AI
That
sex
Arte-
dome
that
is gonna
that
pop.
Artemis that Artemis section, it messed you up. That messed you up. Your mind, you
I'm
started
tired.
making this
Yeah.
invisible world, and it is just expanding. He's like, all right.
All right. With that, we're gonna give you guys a good night. Everybody have a good weekend. I'm of course Master Nerdiverse Mike G. He's Master Nerdiverse Wash. We are the Master Nerdiverse. With that, I will say MOTN out. Take care, everybody.